the corpse washer. This happened about 15 years ago when I was a sophomore in college. I went to school in Saitama, but that day, I decided to skip class and wander around Shinjuku by myself. I didn't have any particular plans, just walking aimlessly until I got tired and sat on the edge of the sidewalk, leaning against a guardrail. That's when a man approached me and asked, "Got some free time?" Of course, I thought it was shady. I quickly said, "I'm just waiting for a friend." The man didn't seem fazed. Instead, he said, "How about a quick job?" Now, I knew this was weird, but I'm not exactly assertive. So instead of rejecting him outright, I found myself asking, "What kind of job?" He leaned in, glanced around, and lowered his voice before saying, "You've heard of corpse washing, right?" Of course, I'd heard the urban legend, but nobody actually believes that's real, right? Still, my nerves got the best of me, and I muttered, yeah, would you be interested in that job?" I knew I'd stepped into something bad. I could feel it in my gut. "I am waiting for a friend, though. It's not for right now. It's this Saturday," he said, handing me a business card. "The pay is 20,000 yen for just 2 to 3 hours of work. Not bad." "Huh? Just give me a call by the end of the day if you're interested." On the back of the card was a map. I knew how shady it all sounded, but I was broke, and the money was tempting. When I got home, I caved and called the number. "Hello," it was the same man from earlier. "I'm calling about the part-time job." "So you're in? You've got the address, right? It's on the back of the card." Yeah. Do I need to bring a resume or anything?" "No need for that. Just your name." That Saturday afternoon, I went to the address. It was on the 3rd floor of a 6-story building. When I knocked on the door, a man I didn't recognize answered. I hesitated, but he said, "You're Mr. My Name, right? The guy's name told me about you." "Yeah, that's me." Before I could finish my greeting, he said, "Come with me," and led me to an elevator. We went down to the basement. "Change into this," he said, handing me a white coat and a heavy rubber apron. It looked industrial, the kind you'd wear in a meat factory. Once I was dressed, he gave me a hat and rubber gloves. On the other side of the partition, there it was. The man calmly pulled on his gloves and uncovered the body. I was frozen, but he acted like it was nothing. "This is how you do it," he said, soaking some cotton in ethanol and wiping down the body. I copied him, my hands shaking. "Yeah, that's right. When you're done, just come back up to the 3rd floor. Leave everything in the basket here," he said as he peeled off his gloves and walked away. I was terrified, but somehow I got through it. I kept telling myself, it's not a person anymore. It's just a thing. Still, the body was covered in scars. Once I finished, I hurriedly cleaned up and rushed back to the 3rd floor. The same man met me at the door. "You're done?" "Yeah, I think so." "Wait here," he said and left the room. When he came back, he said, "Good job," and handed me an envelope from a desk drawer. A week later, I visited a friend's apartment near our university and told him the whole story. He was intrigued. "I want to do it, too. Hook me up with the job," he insisted. I still had the card in my wallet, so I took it out and called the number again. But the line just rang. No one picked up, even though the phone rang and rang. So my friend said, "Let's just go there and check it out." We went back to the same building, went up to the 3rd floor, and knocked on the door. This time, a woman answered. "We're here about the part-time job." "Huh?" She looked confused. "Hold on a second." She disappeared into the back, and then a different man came out. "We're not hiring," he said immediately. I explained the job I had done the previous Saturday, but the man scowled and said, "Listen, we're a law office. Don't say stupid things like that. And we're closed on Saturdays." Before I could respond, he shut the door in our faces. I looked at the door. It had a plaque that clearly read, "Name, Legal Office." I didn't know what to think anymore.